Peace to all of my beautiful crown heads. Please take this time out right now to like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Tonight we're going to be doing our live Q&A segment. If you guys remember, I told you guys last month, I believe, that once a month, in the beginning of the month, we would go live and have you guys be able to video chat in and ask your questions, or you can leave it down in the comments and I'll do my best to respond to you guys that way. So far, I see that we have 27 beautiful crown heads in the building. Again, I appreciate you guys so much for being in attendance. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm getting ready to share this link in a minute, but I think I already saw some questions being asked in the comments. What's up, big homie said, Westside, Papa Smurf, Quentin's, Adari. Adari says, do you think a man's ego can handle his lady leaving him for lack of attention, and during the breakup she gets with someone else and then eventually comes back to her ex? Is the dynamic better or worse? Ooh, Adari, that's a great question. And I think that would be something that is, dependent upon that man. You know, I don't know how you would feel. That would be something that is up for, I guess it would be something that is like individually answered. Do I personally feel like a man's ego could handle that? Yes and no. There are men out there who would be like, fuck that. You left me. You want to go have your fun. You want to go out and be with him. You felt like I wasn't giving you no attention. You felt like, you were happier over there. Stay over there. A lot of men wouldn't be able to handle that. And then you would have men that could. And they'll be like, you know what? It is what it is. You went out and you explored and you come to the terms of knowing that I was the better option. I still have feelings for you. I feel like we can build. I feel like we can still grow. I still want to see where we can go with this. So yeah, I can make that happen. But that right there, it's just up. It's just up in the air. It really depends on that man. But I do feel like a man could bounce back from that. I do. If he really wanted that woman, he would. What's good, everybody? I love y'all. 91 of us in the building. Incense and sage. Blaze. Yes, I got the incense burning right now, the frankincense. I burned up all of my sage ones. But all right, y'all, let's go ahead and share this link. Okay. And you guys can video chat in if you want to. I'm going to ask my moderators if you guys please could try to pin the comment. That way people could be able to get the link. All right. Let me go ahead and post it in the chat. All right. So if you want to come on camera, go ahead and click that link. Ask your question. If you're having problems in your relationship, or if you just want to get the scoop on the way females maneuver, and you have, you want to go ahead and ask that question, go ahead and do that. If you're a woman, I know we don't have a lot of queens on here, but it may be some queens out there that want to go ahead and ask some relationship-oriented questions as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. I see Tony and I see Sasha. Let's bring on Tony first because he was the first one in the chat. All right. Let's see. What's good, Tony?
How's it going? Just got a quick question for you. Have you ever had sexual relations with a man of European descent, with a white guy?
I can't hear you.
Have you ever dated a white guy?
No, I have not.
Why not?
I love black men. I'm sorry. I mean, it's nothing wrong with Caucasian men or any other race of men. It's just my preference is black, beautiful kings. And again, it's no shade. I find white men to be attractive. Don't get me wrong. But I just always been drawn towards Black men. And I really feel like it is because I can relate to them more. You know, we have a lot of the same life experiences. And so I would be able to vibrate with them on a deeper level than somebody outside of my race. I feel like it's some kind of, it can be, I should say, some kind of disconnect to where we don't see life through the same lenses, just to be completely honest. Now, I love white people. Okay, don't get me wrong. I just romantically, I don't feel like I would be able to fully connect to the same capacity to that of which a Black man could. But I love y'all. If you are a white man, Tony, don't take it the wrong way. That just is what it is.
Has a white guy ever pursued you?
Has a white man ever pursued me?
Yeah.
No.
Not like that.
Maybe when I take that back. Yes, they have, but by that time I was already in a deep, committed relationship with a beautiful Black man. And even still, though, just to be completely honest, we all have our preferences. And we talked about this yesterday. And while I prefer beautiful Black men, okay, I have no problem with white men, Hispanic men, none of the sort. I just could not bring myself to. I just don't feel like we could connect on that level and relate to each other fully. Now, am I saying that somebody that's white or Hispanic or Chinese or, whatever, wouldn't be able to understand me? No, you can understand where I'm coming from, but to fully feel, you know what I'm saying, where I'm coming from, I don't feel like we could fully be able to reach that level. And that's just me being completely honest. But yes, I have been pursued by white men, but again, by that time I was already married, so it don't even matter.
Okay, I got you 100%. That's completely normal. Prefer your own and be comfortable with your own same kin. So no hard feelings. Just curious.
No hard feelings.
Take my call.
All right, thanks, Tony, for your question. All right, we got so many beautiful people in the building. And we have Sasha, which is my homie. What's good, Sasha?
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Yeah.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, I do. But what he was just saying was kind of relating to what you were saying last time. Just because you take one preference, it's not demeaning anybody else.
Exactly.
It's just your preference, and that's understandable and relatable. Yeah, my question was just, what's your take on people who require or even need approval or validation from other people? Basically, need to be, how can I word it? Need the attention of other people and the improvement and the approval of other people.
That's a self-esteem issue.
Yeah.
If you ever feel like you need outside validation, that's a problem. And people who feel the need to have somebody else validate them in any capacity, you need to do some self-work and self-reflection to figure out what is it that's lacking within you that feels like you need somebody else's approval. You should get, and I feel like this is important and a very great question, Sasha. I feel like a lot of us need to know and understand that we should be getting everything that we need from within. And I know that's a lot easier said than done, because there is a lot of us that struggle with self-esteem and feeling good enough and, have insecurity issues. But that does not take away the fact that you still need to be doing that self-work, because again, nobody outside of self should make you feel like you are worthy. You should already know who you are. That way, when somebody approaches, they feel your energy and they're going to respect you based upon how you're maneuvering, how you're feeling about yourself. They're going to pick up on those frequencies that you're carrying. So if you're carrying frequencies like I don't feel good about myself. I need somebody else to make me feel good. You know, that's going to vibrate off of you, and other people are going to pick up on that. And then you will find yourself being rejected because, again, you have it in your mind that rejection is something that you are expecting. So you will get that. You know, it's the law of attraction. You have it in your mind that, okay, I'm not good enough. I hope they like me. Maybe they won't like me. They probably won't like me. And you're going to feed off of that. People are going to see that. They're going to feel it. And then before you know it, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then you're constantly looking for more and more validation. You gotta scrap that whole mentality and just be like, you know what? I know who I am. I'm good enough. I'm handsome. I'm beautiful. I'm smart. Anybody will be lucky to have me, and vibrate on that and know that. And then you'll feel better about yourself. And then it's going to reflect in the outside world as well. So again, everything goes back to self. So if you're ever looking outside of yourself for any kind of validation, that's a problem, bro. And that's just period.
Yeah.
Go within, figure out what is it about you that you feel like is lacking, and work on that and big yourself up. Start journaling, start talking to yourself in the mirror. You know, I had to do that. You know what I'm saying? I used to get teased all day, every day. Oh, you too skinny. Oh, you ugly. Oh, your teeth spaced out. Oh, you have, you know what I'm saying? Your teeth crooked and all of that. And I said, you know what? I'm beautiful, you know, and I embraced everything that was deemed as a so-called flaw. And before you know it, man, you vibrate differently and you carry yourself differently, and energy is real. People feel that. And before you know it, it's like, I am that. I am the shit. I don't care what you say about me. All that matters is about what I feel about myself.
And also nowadays,
but it's the realest as I can tell it. Also
nowadays, it comes from people who don't know each other. They want the validation from strangers. Which to me that doesn't matter. If you don't know somebody, why does their opinion matter to you?
It shouldn't.
Yeah.
But just to be realistic, I mean, on some level, we all do care about what other people say about us, but it shouldn't be to the point where it's consuming you and it's making you question yourself based upon somebody else's opinion. Like, but when it comes to our significant others and our family, I mean, to some degree, we're going to care about what they think and what they say. But as long as you know, in the grand scheme of things, and at the end of the day, it all resorts back to you. You're undefeatable.
Yeah. Speaking
and who gives a fuck? What whoever has to say.
Yeah. I was speaking. Right. I meant metaphorically. I'm not dealing with that.
I know, but it was a great question because I'm sure somebody on this stream is dealing with that. Yeah. So I appreciate you, Sasha. And shout out to Sasha, you guys. I love Sasha. He's the one who got us up on StreamYard, so you guys can come on and chat with us. So I appreciate you. I love you. I respect you. And thanks for your question. It was a great question.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Bye. All right, you guys. We have so many call-ins. I see we have 136 of us in the building. Shout out to, who do I see? Shout out to you, Black Man Talking, for your donation. He says, I appreciate the channel and I appreciate your donation. I appreciate you subscribing and watching, and all of that is important. I appreciate it. Did I see somebody else? Thank you, Zion Hire, for your donation as well. All right. All right, let's go ahead and bring on Zion Hire. What's good, Zion Hire?
Much love, Queen Danica.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can hear me?
I can't hear you. You can't hear you, King.
You hear me? You hear me? Wow.
Thank you, Lamel Prince, for your donation, and Thunder Scorpion for becoming a new channel member.
You hear me?
All right, Zion Higher, we couldn't get you on. Let's bring on Sean. What's good, Sean? I saw you over there laughing. Don't be laughing, King. Come on now.
Nika, what's good? Can you hear me?
What's good?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
All love, man. Yo, blessings, man. I actually love it. I love everything that you do.
Thank
I
you.
kind of been paying attention to you for a little bit. And I was watching some of your material last time. It's kind of chiming in about your book. So big ups on the book.
Thank you.
Most notably. I just kind of wanted to double down on what you were mentioning. I'm deeply passionate just about, just kind of cultivating spaces for both men and women to really obviously tap into, their highest selves, man, their, most elevated selves. And one of the things that Sasha was saying actually kind of stood out to me. You kind of picked up on it, was the fact that I hate that I feel like we do it backwards. We always feel like we have to look externally, you know what I'm saying? To be able to, I guess, create value of oneself. And that's kind of the farthest thing from the truth, man. You got to start within. I feel like everything that exists in the world is based on trust, right? And for people to trust you, for you to be able to, for you to truly be able to root yourself in your essence, you have to be able to, stand firm, in your truth, know exactly who you are, know exactly what your purpose is, what you want to accomplish. I feel like if you're unable to tackle that first, then everything is going to be, disjointed. You know what I mean? And people will be able to initially sense that. So you have to be able to, find your value, understand who you are, understand, what your vibration is, what moves you and what doesn't. And once you're able to stand firmly in that essence, it'll be like bees to honey. You know what I'm saying? Nothing will be in question. You won't have to worry or be too concerned with, who comes into your life, because you're going to already have that path, and you're going to know, if this person serves me, then cool. If not, it's like, water just beating right off of you. So you just have to really just be honest with yourself, be true in yourself, and be on your purpose, be on your edge, really discover yourself, figure out your boundaries. Until you do that, everything that comes around you, it'll just easily throw you off course. So yeah, man, just doubling down on what you say, what you talk about. A lot of the things that you talk about all the time is just simply just being at your core. You know what I'm saying? Once you stay at your core and you really figure yourself out and you build yourself up, everything that you need will just naturally come to you. It'll be so effortless. You know what I'm saying? When we don't do that, it's going to be a deficiency mindset. You're going to feel like there's nothing that's going to be able to fill you the way that you are able to fill yourself. So yeah, just for the kings and queens, I know a lot of the times we try to, like I say, look externally to build, our happiness in our lives, but it really starts within, and it starts with your mind and your thoughts, because everything that you think, manifests, right? Exactly. Everything that we see, the cars that we drive, the chairs that we're sitting in, it's all a product of thought. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be real cognizant of your thoughts, because it's like a garden. You know what I'm saying? You can either grow beautiful plants and nurture your shit, or, you know what I'm saying? You should have weeds. You can't stop either or. So you have to just make sure that you're properly, maintaining your garden. You know what I'm saying? Maintaining your thoughts, maintaining your spirit, and everything will take care of itself. So that was no question. I'm just giving you the ramble. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
it's a good. You're just speaking on good things, so I appreciate that. What's your question, though?
Say that for me again.
I say you were speaking on good things, so I appreciate that. But you can go ahead and ask your question.
Question wise, man. Just talk to. I guess for me, it's talk about, I guess, your journey. I'm interested in your journey. What was that? I'm interested in defining moments. So what was your defining moment where you realized that you really needed to start or stop paying attention to, I guess, all of the ills that were, entering your space and make a pivot. And, what got you to this point right now where you feel, like you arrived, you know what I'm saying? You've been able to actualize all of the the wishes that you had for your life.
My husband, and that's just hands down, sometimes it takes for somebody that is true to themselves and standing on their purpose and standing on their square and have knowledge and wisdom and understanding to help you to see your light.
Right.
You know, and I feel like especially in regards to relationships, you should be with somebody that is helping you to realize your divinity. Like when I met my husband, I was nothing like what you see today.
Right.
You know what I mean? It took for me to see somebody that was not only saying what they meant, but meaning what they say, and standing on who they were and being really authentic and true to self.
Right.
And the most beautiful thing about him was he never forced me to do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He simply was. He simply showed and proved.
Right.
And with him just being in his truth, that energy vibrated off of him and it inspired me. It pinged off of me. And me being his woman, me being his woman, I had no choice
Right.
but to fall into place. And I feel like that's what a lot of Black men especially need to do. They need to stand in their purpose, stand on their square, know who the fuck they are, because y'all are fucking powerful, bro. Like if y'all really understood who you were and you walked in that and you talked in that and you knew that, y'all could change the whole dynamic of relationships, of our environments, everything. Y'all are the leaders. And I don't feel like a lot of you guys really understand that.
Agreed.
You know, we have a lot of women out here, and more specifically Black women, you know, because I do like to speak about us. You know, I love everybody, but I gotta, you know, speak truth and power about us, most importantly, because we need the most help, you know. And so it's a lot of Black women out here that have the whole independent, I don't need a man mindset, and they carry on that facade, and they carry on that air and that flair about themselves, and to the point where maybe a lot of Black men start to believe it, and they're like, well, maybe she don't need me, you know, maybe she is independent, she don't need a man. Okay, I'm gonna leave her ass right there where she is then. Right. You know, and rightfully so, don't get me wrong, but sometimes, a lot of times, all the time, we need our Black men to come in and say, you know what, I see right through that shit.
Right.
And you know, she may initially be like, hold up, who you think you talking to? But after a while, when you stand on who you are, you know who you are, she gonna feel that shit. She don't have a choice but to. Right. And so she feels that, and it's authentic. You know, it has to be authentic. It can't be a facade from you.
Right.
You know, you can't be like, well, I'm a king, I'm a Black man, I'm a leader. No, you just have to be that. You don't have to say it. You have to feel it. It has to exude from your essence. And when it naturally and authentically exudes from your essence, it has no point.
Right.
No, it has nowhere else to go but to vibrate off of that woman. And then that will help her to fall into place. But a lot of Black men, y'all don't want to deal with that. And I get it. You know, you don't have time for that shit. I can just go get me an Asian woman who automatically submissive because that's how she was raised. You know what I'm saying?
That convenience. You know?
Good. But we need y'all, man, because I was that same independent Black woman, don't need a man, talk back, disrespectful, who the fuck you talking to, trying to be the controller, you know? And so that man came through, that beautiful Black king came through, and I felt that energy.
Right. So Danica, right? Because I know right now I'm probably getting chewed up like in the chat. They're probably like, yo, this dude, you taking up all the time, man. We got questions too. But I just want to end with this, right? And what you're saying is exactly what I'm speaking on, right? Because I feel like you never would have arrived to that level of being comfortable, that degree of comfort, if you couldn't trust that trust. That's what I'm talking about, that trust. Like him trusting himself and knowing himself, like knowing his core, like knowing his power, right? That trust that he has within himself. You can tell when somebody's uneasy. Like you could just feel it. You could feel that energy. You know what I'm saying? And that trust and him being rooted in his vibe and his essence, right, allowed you to be able, as his queen, to be able to trust his leadership, period. You see what I'm saying? What happens is I feel like when women don't trust your leadership, or when nobody trusts your leadership, they can't follow you. So that's uneasy terrain. And I don't want to run behind that. That doesn't attract me. I don't feel comfortable in that space. I don't know if I can blossom and evolve in that space. See, but when you have somebody that's for real and authentic, as you mentioned, right? Like you can trust that. And from that trust, you can now trust your ability to now expand the vibe, like expand your space. It's like, yeah, I know I'm good. I can build. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like I have this essence of this man to shine this light on me and to plant these seeds and to help me fortify myself so I can expand and grow. So yeah, man, that was just a vibe. You know what I mean? I could talk forever, but nah, like keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop, keep elevating and just continue to pour, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not the take, like we're so used to taking in our society. It's the giving and re-giving. You know what I'm saying? That's how you grow, not taking. Like it's about, you know what I mean, nurturing and expanding. So much love, keep growing. I'm done. Y'all be good.
All right. Thanks, Sean. Thank you so much.
Nah, yo.
That was a dope question and dope commentary. So I appreciate you. All right, y'all. I see we got 196 of us in the building. Y'all like the video. Share the video and subscribe. Shout out to you, Thunder Scorpion, for your donation. I appreciate you. Shout out to you, Lindell, for your donation. He says, what made you want to do these topics and basically call out a lot of women? Secondly, I've seen your true passion, but the other day on the standards topic, you were in rare form, especially about needing the 9-to-5 mailman and fast food workers. You were off the chain. Thank you so much, Lindell, for your donation. But what inspired me is just seeing the lack within our relationships, especially in regards to, you know, the Black family, the Black community, the disconnect, the discord that we have. You know, we need to be able to coexist and collaborate and build and grow. That's the only way that we can really advance and be the best versions of ourselves. I got with a beautiful Black man, and I've seen how me being able to be with somebody that was investing in me and nourishing me in every way possible, whether that was mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. And I've seen the growth that I've had. And so I want to get everybody to be able to connect on that level and build with somebody on that level. And I've been able to see where the disconnect was. And a lot of it is we're just stuck in our ways. We're set in our ways. We don't want to change. We don't want to see the other side. We just want to be right all the time. We want to argue. And that's not the way to grow and evolve. You have to call out the bullshit. And since I'm a woman, it's only right for me to call out the bullshit as it pertains to women. So to answer your question, that's what it was. And again, I really appreciate your donation, Lindell. That is so dope. Thank you. I appreciate it. And shout out to Eric. Yeah, shout out to my husband. He's so damn dope. I love him. Shout out to you, Percy Sherrod. Thank you for the B. Simone video, all those preferences, and she is still searching. And you know what? B. Simone, she could very well still get the man that she wants. I just feel like we have to be careful about how we convey our messages. It's not all the time what you say, it's how you say it. And I feel like that's the lesson she should have learned. But I didn't find a problem with what she said. That's just her preference. It's just how you say your shit. But thank you for your donation. And I see we have Clarence on next. Let me see these donations first, Clarence, and I'm gonna bring you on. We have a lot of people in the lineup. Shout out to you, Wreck the Rebel, for your super sticker. Thank you. We got 217 of us. Y'all like the video. Thank you, Thunder Scorpion, for becoming a channel member. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. And shout out to you, Lamel Prince, for your donation. You always show love. And if I miss anybody, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I love y'all. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring on Clarence. Hold on. Yes, do what Taylor Green says. 151 likes. Y'all hit the like button. All right, let's go ahead and bring on Clarence. What's good, Clarence?
Hello, how are you?
Good. Yes.
All right, great. My question was about your video you had the other day. You know, 5 signs that she's wifey material.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering, you know, what can we men do? Because I believe in attraction and the law of attraction. What can we men do to change within us to attract the wifey type woman?
Great question, and I thank you for that question. I feel like it's a very important question. What you have to do, Clarence, and what a lot of men have to do is simply be a man, which is a man that is focused on his purpose, a man that is focused on self-improvement and self-elevation. Everything goes back to self. Women, we naturally look for providers and protectors and leaders and men that are about their business. So when you are focused on your purpose and you're focused on your business and you're focused on self-improvement and self-development and all of that, she's going to see that and she's going to gravitate towards that, and you're going to get you a wifey material type of chick. But a lot of men mess up because they're not true to it. And that's what I just talked about with Sean. Everything has to be authentic and organic and genuine. It can't be a facade. It can't be a front. You can't act like you're focused on your purpose. You can't act like you're trying to elevate. You can't act like you're trying to work on yourself. You have to really do that, really mean that, and be about it. Otherwise, it's going to come off as something about it is iffy. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to a real woman, because I'm sure you're looking for a real woman if you're trying to wipe her up. Real women, we can pick up on energy. You know what I'm saying? So we can tell when somebody is just faking the funk. You're just trying to do that in a sad attempt to try to attract a woman. You're not really about your business. I see that you just trying to do it because you want to look and appear to be the man, but I can feel it in your essence. You ain't really about what you're talking about. You know, you're not really about what you're trying to show. Like really be that. Really focus on going to the next level, because a woman has no choice but to feel that and vibrate off of that. And once she does that, she's going to gravitate towards you, period, point blank. And I see a lot of so-called red pill men say, you know, focus on your purpose. Be on your purpose. And I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree with that. They're not, you know, leading you astray with that. I just feel like a lot of men can be fake about it and just try to use that as a coping mechanism to shield their feelings. Like they really do deep down inside want the attention of a woman. They really do deep down inside want these women to chase up behind them and all of that. And so they pretend like, you know, fuck them girls. I'm on my purpose. But they're not getting the women that they want because it's not genuinely who they are and what they're really doing it for. You know what I mean? So you really have to be about that. Really get focused on what you want to do and elevate and self-improve. Know who you are. Figure out who you are. Figure out your life purpose. Maybe you don't even know what your purpose is right now, but that's your job as a man to figure that out and work on that. And I guarantee you, the wifey type will come flooding.
All right. Thank you. You're so dope. You're so dope.
Oh, thank you, Clarence. You're so dope too. Thank you for your dope question. Peace.
All right. Peace.
Peace, everybody. I see we have 220 of us in the building. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. We are having our live Q&A tonight. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these videos public. I might keep them private or unlisted because I do want to keep these intimate conversations that we have once a month really intimate and make it exclusive. That way you guys are more prone to come on back. But we'll see. I see P. De Niro 201. Let's bring him on. What's good, P. De Niro? I can't hear you.
No, my fault. My fault.
I hear you now.
Nah, it's just I got a real life question. Like, let's just say, like I was with this girl one time, right? Like, and she basically was like basically living with me and all that, right? So like my pops basically like threw me out the crib, but nothing and all that. So like I was building myself up from the bottom, right? But it was almost as if like we had a good relationship, but for some reason it was just like shorty didn't want to just like leave her family all the time. Like she ain't had no problem leaving her family all the time, but her family would just like complain, and it was just like she's not home all the time, and it's just like, you know, I was not the first male that she's obviously been with, but I knew her since like she was 15 and all that, you know.
Mhm.
And then she like she was just acting mad weird. Like it was just like she was doing a whole bunch of things she never really wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like, but overall, like my biggest question is like, how can you like pretend to play both sides, like you love a male, but you don't want to leave your family behind? And it's not like I was asking to leave your family behind. I was just literally just asking you to literally just try to do the most positive thing rather than be out here trying to, you know, be with this friend and be with that friend and then just completely just do me wrong. You know what I mean? Like, because like I was like, let's just say I'm 23 years old, you know what I mean? And this was like 2 years ago. So it's just like I would literally not have no time to like be with my friends and all that. So I was literally always at the crib and she was in college and all that. So you know like how college be and all that. So like, do you understand my question?
So she was basically neglecting you, I guess, to be with other people.
Yeah, basically. All the time, basically. But like I just always let her be herself, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just like I always try to tell her, like, I just feel like we should just solve our issues within ourselves instead of you running back to your mom and just telling your mom our entire business and
Yeah.
all of our arguments and all types of stuff. And then her mother was just like, you know, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I would say like kind of like a miserable woman, and her marriage wasn't straight. So it's just like I just never felt like her mother was just telling her the right information and to be positive towards our relationship, you know, like.
Yeah. Okay, so basically you were with a woman and she wasn't spending the right amount of a quality time with you that you feel like the relationship needed. And every
Right.
time you guys had an issue, she would run to the aid of her mother or her friends, which were bitter women, and they were giving her the wrong advice.
Right. So
Yeah.
that was very confusing for me at a younger age. Now that I'm 2 years older, I'm looking back at it. I'm just like, wow, I should have literally escaped a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And unfortunately, it's a lot of women that are like that, and they miss out on good quality men because, you know, they're surrounding themselves with women that never had a good man, never had a man that wanted to spend
Mm,
quality time with them. And so when they
mm,
get it, they don't know what to do with it. And so
right,
they get intimidated, like we spoke about in previous videos. They get
right,
overwhelmed. They feel like you're trying to suffocate them when all you're trying to do is, you know, be in a relationship. So that happens a lot of the times, but I mean, it just is what it is. You just let it go, and
right.
you know. But luckily, you got out of that because that could have very well got a lot worse, and you would have wasted more of your time with somebody that's not even trying to spend time with you.
Right. You know what the craziest thing is though, from what I honestly see, like she still has my picture on her like Twitter and all that, and it's
Yeah.
just weird. It's just
And
weird.
to that, before I let you off, because I got a lot of
Yeah.
people with you.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of women who go through that, and then they realize later that, man, I missed out, and so they
Damn.
holding on to that, but by that time it's too late. And so that's why I really encourage women, when you find somebody that you feel like is a good catch for you, a good guy for you, you know, stick it out, see what it's about. Don't start running
Yeah.
off other people that don't know shit about maintaining and sustaining a good relationship, seeking their advice because they don't even have what you're, you know, trying to obtain or uphold. So
Yeah, I was very
unfortunately,
young.
a lot of us do realize too late.
It's just unfortunate because I was very young, and it's just like 2 years later now, and it's just like I've grown into, you know, just exactly what I was supposed to grow into, and I just feel like it's just so unfortunate because I look at her now and she just looks so like unhappy, and it's just weird. It's just weird. Everybody just telling me the same thing you tell me. That's why I came across your channel. Somehow it just popped up on my YouTube.
Law of attraction.
It's
But
crazy.
great question. Great question. I gotta let you go though. Thank you so
For sure.
much. All right. Peace to everybody in the chat. I see it was 240 of us in the building. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And y'all be nice in these damn comments. Thank you, Redbird, for your donation. He says, great show, sis. Thank you, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe, y'all. All right? Let's go ahead and bring on Thedrin. What's good, Thedrin?
How you doing?
Good.
I got 2 questions for you.
You were before, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speak to the young king.
How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
I got 2 questions for you. The first question is, I broke up with this girl in April, and she kept putting me down, and she kept telling me that she kept bringing up her ex, saying, well, her ex would do this and her ex would do that. And now she broke up, and now she came back, and she texted me and talked about some high, and I don't know what to do. I want to, curse her out, but I feel like I already did that, so there's no point in me saying anything about it.
So, what's your question?
I'm trying to figure out, why she came back. What's the point of her coming back?
Same thing I just told P. De Niro. Some people don't realize what they have until that shit is gone and no longer available. And that's what I'm saying, especially with us Black women. And I hate to do this to us because I am us and I don't like it. Was April Black? Before I say all of this.
Yes, she was Black.
Okay. And, we do that sometimes. We self-sabotage our relationships because, again, we grow up in these households with, single mothers, and they're telling us, hey, go live your best life. Don't get caught up with all of these, dudes, and, say that for later. Say that to when you get older. Right now, you go explore and do all of this and do all of that. And they have the right intentions because a lot of them, maybe were younger and dedicated their lives and whatever to a man and got played or got cheated on or what have you. But they fail to realize that not all men are the same. And so they go around treating all men like they're the same. And then they instill those things into their daughters, and their daughters grow up and they may very well get a good man, but because she's so indoctrinated with what her mother taught her or what she sees from other, females around her, she starts to try to emulate that. And before you know it, you done messed up a good thing, and now you want it back now that you're older, and you're starting to see those women for what they are. You know what I mean? Because you can be a young woman and you're listening to these older women or these women that's telling you the quote unquote game, and then you get a little bit more older and wiser, and you look back and you look around you, and it's like, hold up, I've been listening to y'all the whole time, and what the fuck do y'all have? Y'all don't have none of the stuff that y'all telling me that I can get, or y'all not, doing, so we start to wisen up and we see that. And then before you know it, it's like, damn, I let them warp my mind. I let them make me mess up a good thing. So that could very well be what April did. She probably was listening to her friends or listening to her mother, like the other king was talking about, or whatever, or just seeing social media and what other women are doing. And I don't need to be tied down, or I don't need to be doing all of this and all of that. And now she's older and wiser, and she's seeing like, hey, he actually cared about me. He actually made me feel good. And by that time, you already moved on. And are you the type to take her back or not? That's up to you. But a lot of times we just miss out, unfortunately. So that could be what happened with April. She's probably listened to all the wrong people and got caught up.
Yeah. I got one more question.
Okay.
So the second question is about the same girl. So before she met me, she had sex with one of her friends, and she wanted me to be cool with that. I guess when me and her started going out, her friend, he started calling her more, and they started having more conversations. And I told her I wasn't cool with that. It made me uncomfortable. And she said I was being insecure, I was being controlling, and I was being toxic. And I didn't know what to do. I felt like I was being beat down, and I couldn't speak. I felt like I was walking on eggshells.
Oh, Young King, and then to go back to your previous question, because I think you said something about her talking about her having sex with other men and all of that. What is
Yes.
that what you said?
No, she had sex with one of her friends, and
Right,
she
but I
wanted me
thought
to
in
be
the
cool.
beginning
Yes.
you said something about her telling you about her being with other men or something. Did you say that? No.
No.
Okay. So anyway, with that, she tripping. You know, nobody in their right fucking mind would be okay with somebody hanging out with somebody that they had sex with. You know, I personally, I don't trust the opposite sex friendships when you in a relationship. I just don't. I don't feel like it's conducive. I feel like somebody somewhere has some feelings. And especially if they were already intimate, energy cannot be destroyed, bro. So if you were intimate and y'all had that exchange with one another, that's gonna always be there. And with him popping up, calling more, and trying to be more interactive now that he knows that she's involved with somebody else, that's a red flag. You know, that's not you being toxic. That's you being wise and peeping game and seeing stuff for what it really is. And anybody that has a problem with you having a problem with that has a problem they damn self, and they probably have something to hide. Because why are you being so defensive with keeping this relationship with this dude? You know what I'm saying? Is he really that
Yes.
much more important to you than me? You know?
Yes.
So with that, that's a whole nother ball game. Now, could I kind of understand a platonic relationship between, you know, a man and a female where there were no real feelings involved? You never had sex. It was nothing intimate. It was strictly like, man, I just see you as like my family. Yeah, I can give it a pass, but still, I'm not with it. It's not my preference. Okay, it's not my preference, but I can kind of sort of understand it and be a little bit more receptive. But with that, fuck no. You were not being toxic. That was just no. That was a big no.
And I wasn't being insecure either, right?
No, not in that instance, because they had been intimate before. And then you start noticing the clingy behavior after that? No. No. So that is what I said, what I said. All right,
Thank you.
Zephyr. Peace.
Thank you. You too.
All right, y'all. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. Welcome to Freebie Friday. We have these discussions once a month on Fridays. I'm going to schedule them for Fridays. Once a month at the beginning of the month, we'll have our Freebie Fridays where you guys can video chat in and ask your questions, or you can stay in the chat and ask your questions. But it'll be better if you guys came on camera, that way I can really see you and click on it and see your question and hear your question and answer it to the best of my abilities. Let's bring on Robert. What's good, Robert?
What's going on, Tanika? How you doing?
Good.
Thank you for taking my question.
Were you on here
No.
before? No? Okay.
No. I was going to ask you if you can kind of speak on, your feelings as far as with accountability. Like when you got somebody that, if you're a communicator and you like to have conversation and whatnot, or not just conversation, something happens and you kind of want to speak on it. Just why is it? I feel like it's difficult for, I don't want to just say women, but, in my, just the accountability aspect of it, where it's almost as if somebody only sees, what your reaction, but not necessarily understand that it's based on something that they've done. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
you kind of speak on
and
that.
a lot of that, Robert, can tie back into ego. It's ego. We don't want to take accountability, because then you're telling me that I did something wrong, or I'm not good enough, or I didn't measure up, or I'm messed up. We don't like that. Men and women, we don't like that. We don't like to be able to say, you know what, I was wrong. You're right. And that's the part of the relationship that really does need to be touched on and worked upon. Because both men and women, we have these big ass egos, and nobody wants to admit when they're wrong. And when we have our issues, we never take a step back and look in that mirror and say, okay, I got that response out of him or her, but what did I do to possibly or potentially get that response? what was it that I had done to have that person respond to me in that way? You know, was it something that I said? Was it something that I did? You know, and really have those honest conversations with yourself. That way you can get to the root causes of it and make sure that you're not doing it again. You know what I mean? But as long as we're turning a blind eye, acting like, well, nah, you just tripping on, you fucked up. Oh, it's your fault. It ain't me, it's you. It's gonna constantly be issues being had on a daily basis because nobody is doing the self work. If I don't know that I got that response out of you because I disrespected you in some way, shape, or form, how am I going to prevent that from happening in the future? Because I'm going to continue to disrespect you in the future. I don't know that I'm disrespecting you, or I don't want to take accountability and say that I'm disrespecting you. So it's going to continuously happen. But if I say, you know what warranted that response from him was the fact that I called him out his name. What warranted that response from him was the fact that I was being dismissive towards him. You know, I was not being considerate of his feelings. You know, and really, really take that accountability so that you can take responsibility and do something about it. That way in the future, you won't call him out of his name. In the future, you won't be dismissive. You know, it has to be done. And it really all just boils down to ego. We have to drop our fucking egos in regards to relationships. You can't build that way.
All right, cool. So I guess another question would be, if you're the person who reacts, right? Because you know, it can get to the point where it almost seems as if you're aware of things, but if you feel like you're kind of walking on eggshells, because if you feel like you're constantly saying, hey, why are you doing this? Or what's the reason for that? It becomes kind of like a tick for tat, or, oh, you know, it's always something. Do you just say, you know, I cut my ties because it's so repetitive, or is it something that you work on? I mean, you know, because at some point, I guess how you feel isn't enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because,
I mean, and that's up to the people involved to be able to say, you know what, I can't continue to go through this. Sometimes it can be repetitive and it can be redundant, and it's like, yeah, we had the same fucking argument, the same fucking problems. What is it? What is it? What is it? And you can get fed up to the point where it is a lost cause. And then I've also seen people to where it was like, you know what, I feel like we can work on this. You know, I'm gonna continue to be patient and try to work through it. But you know your limit. We all have a limit. I can't tell you what your limit is. You know what I mean? That's something within you that's internal, to where you're like, you know what, I can't do this shit no more. We all have a breaking point. You know what I'm saying? That's why in regards to relationships, like when people come to me, or if I had like girlfriends that come to me and say, he doing this to me and he doing that to me, and girl, I'm just so sick of this and I'm so sick of that. I never tell her, girl, break up with him. No, that's something that you have to do on your own. Now, if you ask me my opinion about it, I'm going to give you my opinion, but I'm never going to make a decision for you. You know what I mean? That's something that you have to do for yourself. Otherwise, you'll never learn what your limits are if you're just going to try to listen to what everybody else has to say. You have to do that. So your limit could be 3 times. Some people's limit could be 30 times. That's up to you. You know what I mean? So if you feel like in your core, in your gut, in your heart of hearts, it's not working, it's not progressing, it's not getting resolved, then I would say, drop it. But again, I would still leave that in your hands. But that's your decision to make. That's your own call. That's your own judgment.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, me too. I appreciate you too, Robert. Thank you so much for your question. Very great question.
I appreciate it. Thank you for answering.
All right, y'all. 285 of us in the building. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right. I'm going to try to answer a few more video chats. I see we have JR in the building, Maxurade, and Calgogeta. Calgogeta? I think that's how you say that. Let's bring on JR, you guys. Hold on, did I see a donation? I'll be trying to show y'all love because y'all don't have to send me no damn money. Thank you, Energy 5, for your donation. Send a super sticker. Thank you so much. All right. JR, what's good?
Wayne, what it do? What it do? How are you?
Good. What's good? What it do?
Oh, it's all good.
I couldn't hear you for a second.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, so I really appreciate what you're doing out here. I was checking y'all the other day on my way home. You doing your thing. Definitely doing your thing. Absolutely. So I was actually talking to my girl earlier, but it seems that it's like the same type of thing goes on every time I'm talking to her. Anytime I try to give her some feedback on something that she's doing, the conversation just goes crazy. You know, I was just trying to explain to her. We had a conversation where we was talking about something yesterday. She forgot that it was yesterday. So I was telling her, yeah, we was talking about X, Y, and Z yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. You know, she went through this whole thing how it wasn't yesterday. And I told her, well, actually, you know, it was yesterday because we was on Duo. So then she realized that what she said wasn't accurate. And I tried to tell her, hey, look, you see how I didn't try to tell you that you were a liar. I didn't tell you that you was lying. I heard you out, let you say what you had to say. And then I tried to explain to you, look, it actually was yesterday because we was on there. You know, you want to check the receipts and all that, you can, you know, but and I was just trying to explain that to her. You know, we won't have as much tension if we communicate with each other in such a manner that we're showing each other that we respect each other. Whereas she'll tell me, oh, you're lying or you're a liar. And I'm like, you know, if you tell me that, it's going to put me in a position to get defensive, as opposed to, well, I heard you out and I ain't going to calling you a liar, you know, or accusing you of lying. I just let you know, hey, look, it actually was yesterday. And, you know, sure enough, she finally heard me out. And then she went into, well, you did this, you know, back in the, you know, 1999, you know, kind of going through all that. So in those type of situations, you know, well, what would you recommend I do?
Exactly what you're doing.
What I'm doing? I know that's right.
Exactly what you're doing. You're doing it right. You're correct.
Okay.
You're checking it. You're checking the behavior in the most respectful way possible, but you're still standing firm on who you are and what needs to be addressed. But like you said, when you're constantly being met with that, especially when somebody realizes that they were wrong and they still can't, you know what I'm saying, speak on the fact that they were wrong and acknowledge that, but instead try to go back and say, well, you did this. That's petty shit. You know, and they can make you be defensive after a while. But I appreciate the fact that I would appreciate that you don't. You know what I'm saying? I know that it can be triggering, it can be annoying and irritating, like, girl, really? You know, but you're doing exactly what you need to do because you are showing improvement and you're teaching. You're showing her that, hey, do you see how when we had the similar situation transpire, how I didn't demean you or make you feel small or, you know, try to discredit you. I just showed and proved to you that that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I would appreciate if you would in return do that for me, because I do respect you and I do value you and I never want to make you feel small. But when you do that to me, that makes me feel XYZ. That's what I would tell you to maybe do. You know, just kind of voice how it makes you feel. That way she has a better understanding of what she's doing wrong, and it'll resonate more with her. But as far as you just saying that, you know, see how I did this and you didn't do that, that can make her jump to the thing of like, well, you did do this though, and I was right in this.
Right.
But instead, if you kind of like try to calm the situation, but still correct the error and be like, look, you see how you did this, and I didn't respond that way. When you do that, that makes me feel this way. And I would appreciate if you would have the same approach, because I do respect you and I do value and I do love you. And you make me feel XYZ when you do that to me. So I would appreciate that if in the future you can work on that. She'll be a lot more receptive. But if you're just calling out the fact that, see, I was right, and you see how I was right and how you was wrong last time and how you still wrong, she's going to be like, oh, but I did do this. You know, and then I got that thing going back and forth. But that's the only thing I would add to that. But other than that, you're doing exactly what you need to do. You're correcting the error. You know that you still have to maintain your composure and just, you know, chin check some shit, okay? And That's not in a disrespectful way. That's not in an abrasive, abusive way. It's in a respectable tone, and you're just doing what you need to do as a man. Nothing wrong with that. Only thing I would add is just let her know how that makes you feel when she does that.
Yeah, that's what's up. I definitely appreciate that. I even went a little bit further and asked her, how did you feel? You know, I mean, we even brought it up, you know, that I checked her. How did you feel when I checked you? She was like, I was cool with it. I was good with it. You know, so then I knew it was going, just like you saying, I'm looking at it like what I do is right. I said, well, look, take out that I did something. Just look at the situation. How you felt based off of what happened. You weren't called a liar. You know, you weren't accused of lying. You know, and how did you feel about that? You know, and she really couldn't say, you know, in terms of, as a matter of fact, I asked her, how would you have felt if I called you a liar? How would you have felt if I would said you was lying? She was like, I don't know. I'm like, because I didn't do that. But you do that to me a lot. You know, you do that to me a lot. So I definitely feel you on that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, just let her know how that makes you feel. So right on, JR. Thank you so much for that question.
For sure. Later.
Great question. All right, y'all. Let's bring on Maserati, and please let me know if I'm saying your name right. Hey.
Hi. How you doing today?
Am I saying your name right?
My hair.
Oh, your hair is beautiful.
Forget my hair. I just took a shower, so it's a little.
It's beautiful.
A little curly, but my name is Max Array.
Max Array. Okay.
Yeah. So I got a couple of questions. My first question was, am I right for being on the journey that I am? And the reason why I asked that question was because the past couple of relationships I've had ended badly. The first one was because of her own insecurities, and I just decided not to be there anymore. And the second one was because of it was faults on both parts, and I had lost self-esteem in myself during the relationship, so that took part in that. So after those relationships ended the way they did, I just decided, I'm gonna, keep to myself and rebuild the confidence that I lost. And I asked this question because the friends that I have around, it's been about a couple of years. So I've been single for like 2 years and a month. So the friends that I have and the people that I have around, they be like, you've been single for a couple of years. And I was like, I'm just focused on my bag right now. I'm not really interested in looking for anything right now. Not to say that I'm going to restrict myself from a possible, you know what I'm saying? But as of right now, I'm not going to focus on looking. And I've never been the type to, talk too much about my feelings or anything like that. But after hearing this so many times, I'm starting to, after you hear something so many times, you start to register it. And I'm wondering if I'm wrong for deciding to just stay on me focusing on working on the bag and doing what I'm supposed to do, and then just working on that later.
No, you're not wrong for working on self. The only thing that I would tell you is that if something does happen to come up in the process of you working on yourself and it feels good, it feels right, be receptive and be open to that, but if you're just really, really in this state of mind to where it's just like, I don't want any distractions right now, I really feel like I need to work on myself, then leave it alone. Okay, I wouldn't fault you for that. I don't feel like that's a bad thing. I just don't want you to miss out on something that's potentially good in the process of you finding yourself or building yourself up or working on yourself, because you can very well be presented with somebody that could help to propel that journey even further. You know what I'm saying? The thing about life is we're always manifesting, whether we're intentionally doing it or not. You could be working and focused on yourself and progressing and getting your bag and getting your money, and more things and people will come to you that may very well be the law of attraction, bringing people towards you that will help you to propel you forward. Now, you can only pick up on that though, because once you are vibrating on a certain frequency and energy, you'll be able to pick up on, okay, that motherfucker is a distraction. I don't need no parts of that. Or you could pick up on the fact that, you know what, she was a really good catch, or, you know, if you're a woman or whatever, he was a really good catch. I feel like I really vibe with them. And it'll resonate within your core if it's good or bad for you. And you'll start to feel bad if you felt like you were passing up something that could have been good for you, because your inner being is always all wise and intelligent. You know what I'm saying? So your inner being could be picking up on, man, I feel like that was a good woman or a good man or what have you. And I'm just so focused on my bag that I rejected that. Now you ask that question, well, should I feel bad about, you know, focusing on myself? Well, yes and no in that instance, because is your inner being letting you know that, hey, that was a good catch, that was a good person for you, but you rejected them. And now you're picking up on that energy like, man, I feel guilty about that. You know, so it's just all about using your discernment rather, and picking up on energy and seeing, is it really what it seems to be, or is it not? And your gut tells you everything that you need to know. You know, you can pick up on if somebody is a distraction, or if somebody is bad for you or trying to hinder your progress, or if they are a good, genuine person that could be helping you to elevate and grow even more than you already are. So I would say yes and no, depending on how you feel when you are pushing that person away. Is it making you feel bad when that person is getting pushed away? If so, that could be your inner being telling you, that's somebody good for you, bro. Don't pass that up. Still focus on yourself, still work on yourself, stay on your purpose. But I feel like that's a good person for you. And it could work out, it could not. But we're always learning from our experiences. So whether that person stays or not, we can still learn a lesson from them that we can take along our journey of self-elevation. You know what I mean? Right. So that would be my answer to you, Max Array.
Yeah. And as I said, like, I'm not against restricting, because I know when you did the B. Simone video, I saw that afterwards, and I noticed that she was restricting herself from a possible, and that's not something I can, because I'm real big in energy as well, and I'm a bit introverted, so I observe people a lot, and so it's a thing that I kind of naturally think, naturally kind of feel out, but I have been wrong before, but nobody's perfect. And my second question was, when I do decide if I feel like a woman is interesting enough for me to want to pursue her, when and if I do when I do decide to do that, because I am who I am and I'm a bit introverted, I don't know if you've done a video on this yet. I haven't checked everything, but how would I attract a woman without really as so much as looking like I'm trying to pursue her? Because like I said, I'm a bit introverted. So me actively going after somebody is not something I'm normally adjusted to. Mm-hmm. I've only done that maybe once or twice when it comes to women. Normally, the women I talk to, it just happens naturally. But how would I want to attract a woman without saying much to try to impress her?
You don't, you don't try to do anything. You just be. And I feel like a lot of men need to understand that you just need to be. Men and women, you don't have to try to do anything. Like, you're either going, and I love what you said previously. You said, I just naturally, that's exactly. Just naturally just be you, and it will permeate off of you, and you're going to ultimately find somebody or attract somebody to you. My husband is the biggest fucking introvert I know. Like, he's introverted as fuck.
I got that feeling when you talked about him. He's
very introverted, very much so. He reads books all day, and you know what I'm saying? He listens to his jazz music and his hip hop. He's really introverted. Like, he doesn't even like to go to places. He don't even like to go to the damn grocery store. He's that introverted. Look, you go to the grocery store. I don't want to be around a bunch of people. I don't like interacting. Like, he is that. But with him just being himself, he attracted me to him. He didn't have to say shit to me. I went to him. So you just have to just be yourself. and it's going to naturally flow. It's going to naturally gravitate towards you. Whoever is for you, they're going to be for you regardless. You don't have to say nothing. You don't have to do nothing. You just have to be who the fuck you are, and they'll gravitate naturally to you, organically to you. The problem is we try to do too much, and when you try to do stuff that feels, out of place and unnatural to you, it creates resistance. Yeah. You know what I mean? So just do you, be you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I would encourage you to maybe try to step outside of your boundaries a little bit, outside of your comfort zone, rather, a little bit. With just making yourself available to women. You know what I mean? I know a lot of introverted people, they like to be in the house all the time and shut off in the room, but maybe post more on social media and find somebody that way. Just post what's on your mind. That's what my husband did. I was like, damn, I really like the way he thinks. That's attractive to me. He was very intellectual. That I gravitated towards that. Not that he was trying to be the man and, I got this and I'm flashy and I'm this. I liked his intellectual capabilities. That attracted me. He didn't have to approach me. I approached him. You know what I mean? So just be you. Step outside of the box a little bit. Maybe go out to places to where you can just interact and mingle and just be yourself, or just go online and just post some shit. Who knows? But just always be you. Be authentically you, period, point blank. That way people know exactly what they're getting themselves into when they do decide to be in a relationship with you or pursue you in any way. Okay. What you don't want to do is front and fake and attract somebody that way. And then when you start being yourself, they like, oh, this ain't what the fuck I liked about you. You know what I mean? So always be yourself. And you're going to find people that are really and genuinely and truly for you.
Yeah. Okay. I completely understand where you're coming from. There have been times where even my friends will be like, do you got game or anything like that? And I'm like, I will always say, I'm not the type to have game. I don't really have game. I don't know what that is. So I kind of just do my own thing. But I appreciate the advice that you give me. Thank you.
No problem,
I really love your videos, and I really meant what I said when I said I believe you. You're like the only person I've ever sent money to because I felt like you deserved it. So
thank you.
I will continue to watch your videos, and I appreciate you for everything that you do.
Thank you so much, Maxwell. Peace.
Just call me Max. It's fine.
All right, Max. Thank you. All right, y'all. Man, we got so many people in this video chat still in the studio. Shout out to you, D Fellow, for your donation. Give us some support. Keep up the good work. All right, y'all. I'm trying to wind this down. And we have, oh my goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in the queue. Y'all, let's try to keep this real short and sweet. Let's bring on, I don't know how to say your name. I'm gonna have you say your name for me. How you say your name, King?
Cal Go Getter.
Cal Go Getter. All right. What's your question?
How you doing, Queen?
Good.
It's a pleasure. I just got out of a relationship with my first love from being a teenager. We had reunited after 23 years. And when I reunited with her, she told me that she was in relationship with women for ever since 2000. And when we got together, everything, was cool. The sex was bomb. The tension was there. She helped me, basically get on my feet and things of that nature. And then once I got on my feet and everything and stopped being steady and having a stability, I wanted to go another route far as, stepping the game up. And I wanted her to be, my partner, my companion and everything. But I always felt distance from her, especially like the few 3 or 4 months. Can a woman actually be with a man and have, without thinking of being with a woman after she's been with a woman for 18, 20 years?
I'm not a lesbian, so I don't know how to answer that. You know what I mean? Like, I would say, just to use my judgment, and my intuition, I would say
Right.
that it would still be something lingering in the background. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go from being with a woman for all of those years and then all of a sudden your feelings just change and now you want to be with a man. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it would still be some remnants of that floating around, and it's only a matter of time before that would resurface, in my opinion. But I don't know. I'm not a lesbian. I've never been with a woman before, never desired to be with a woman before, so I don't know.
Well, it's funny that you said that because it's a friend of hers. She's a dom, and when I met her, she grabbed my dick right in front of my girl, and my girl didn't do shit. And I'm looking at my girl like, what? Are you serious? You gonna, you know what I'm saying, let her, and then on top of that, like, I was at her house. I was at my girl house, right? She said, yeah, my best friend coming over, one of my best friends, whatever. Her name is such and such. I was like, well, did y'all ever hook up? She was like, yeah. Yeah, we hooked up before, a long time ago. So when her friends saw me, she was like, "Oh, daggone, he fine, he handsome, this, that, and third," and then grabbed my dick right in front of my girl. My girl didn't even put her out or nothing, man. Like, I felt, I was so pissed off. So my girl was staying with me, even though she still had her house, but she was staying majority of the time with me. So I told her, look, don't bring her over, don't bring her over at all, but.
Yes,
She still want to stay in contact with her and be friends with her. Like, she take her side over me all the fucking time.
Okay, let me stop you right there, Cal. Go get it. No,
Okay.
this ain't it, bro. Like, she's already letting it be known that she don't even respect you like that. Like, you just something. You know what I'm saying? It's not that deep
Yeah.
for her, and maybe she just wants to explore something new, and and then she's also displaying that she's still probably intimately involved with other women. So you gotta not only watch it back with women, but men too, and all of that. No,
Right.
that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. She's not going into the relationship with being something that she respects and something that is exclusive. And the relationship is supposed to be exclusive, and it's something that's supposed to be sacred. And she's not honoring you or that in that way. And so those are big red flags. So you already know your answer. You didn't have to ask me that.
Well, I just wanted to know, far as a female point of view.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's not.
If I was, say if I was making the right decision,
No.
far as leaving her.
Yeah, leave her. But being with her, I would say no.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Queen, so much. I appreciate it. And I look at you all the time now, so I appreciate it, and I will continue on being a viewer and start to donate to you as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. I see some of y'all saying like, "Oh, she was just bisexual and she probably just wanted a threesome and this, that, and the third." Not all men are with that. You know what I'm saying? Not all men want to expose their relationship in that way and have everybody just be accessible in that way, especially when your woman is kind of more so into the opposite sex than you. That's just a setup for failure, bro. She gonna be cheating on you left and right with that woman. Okay, let's bring on Chevy. Hey, Chevy.
Hello, nice to see you. I have a question.
Okay.
Like when it comes to like narcissistic abuse, is it possible to recover after the friendship, relationship, or third party situation? Is it like possible to recover after the aftermath? And is it possible to like prevent it for the next time you ever come across that again? That's my first question.
For a narcissistic person?
Yeah, like narcissistic abuse, like how to recover from that. Like after the whole situation is like dead, basically.
I would take a break from relationships for a while and I would do a lot of quote unquote soul searching and self-reflecting, because that's emotional abuse and mental abuse. You know, dealing with somebody that's narcissistic is a form of abuse, and you have to really take it seriously with recovering, because you're going to constantly go into new relationships deeming yourself unworthy or not good enough or second guessing yourself and all of that, because that person has essentially beat you down so much so to the point where you don't really see the value in you. You know, so you're going to always look at other people as if they are better, they know more, it's all about them. And you'll possibly neglect yourself in the process, because that person you are involved with has made you feel like for so long that you didn't matter and they were more important than you. So I would tell somebody that was involved in a narcissistic type of relationship to kind of take a break from relationships and speak that life back into themselves and find their self-value and their purpose. We go back to our purpose. Find your purpose and your worth again, and know that you do matter and know that you are important. That way you can build back up your self-esteem, and you will prevent yourself from getting involved with in the future with people that do display those narcissistic characteristics. You'll be able to peep game on it and say, okay, you're not conducive for my mental health, my emotional health. I recognize the flags from last time, you know, because I've done the self-work and I now can pick up on that. I can pick up on the signs. But if you just come out of a abusive or mentally and emotionally abusive situation and then you jump into the next one, you're bound to repeat the same mistakes, because you have not healed. You have not healed from the previous situation. So I would take a break for as long as I could until I really felt like my self-esteem was back intact, and I felt, you know, worthy, and I felt valuable, and I felt important, and like I mattered again. And then I would possibly go and pursue something else. But jumping into something new, no. So I would do a lot of like reading as far as like self-help books. Maybe read up on narcissistic individuals. That way you'll be able to peep the signs that way. You know, do the research, do the internal work. All of that is greatly encouraged, and I would encourage anybody to do that if they were dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? Just study up on it, read up on it, get more information. That way you will be able to pick up on the signs earlier, and you'll essentially know how to maneuver through that situation and around that situation in the future.
All right, thank you. And the second question is, it was something, one of your videos you talked about as something within like the household where, like, growing up with your parents, like demasculizing sons and everything that could affect how you are, like when it comes to like relationships. So if that happens to you when you was like younger, as like a kid, like you was demasculized and everything like that, does that make you a simp or a blue pill in a sense? I'm still learning about it.
It can. Yeah, like that's abuse. If you grew up in a household where you were being emasculated and ridiculed and talked badly to, that's abuse. You know? And you have to recover from that. I would encourage you to go to counseling, go to therapy, and do a lot of research on that as far as how like conquering insecurities. I actually have a book you can go and purchase. It's called You Are Worthy, Conquering Your Insecurities from Within. And I talked about that. Some of us grow up in households where we are, you know, abused in that way, and we're talked badly to, and we grow up and we internalize that and we believe it to be true. And then we get in relationships with people that remind us of our parents that were abusing us. So go to counseling, go to therapy, go to groups, get books, all of that. You need to do all of that, because that's a lot of internal damage.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chevy. Thank you for your question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys, we have 280 of us in the building. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. We have 3 more crown heads in the building. I'm trying to get to everybody tonight. I won't be taking any more video chats after these. I see Naj in the building, Maradonset, and Surge. Okay, and after this, I gotta go, y'all. And I appreciate y'all so much for the support. Thank you. What's good, Naj?
Yo, what's up? How you doing? My fault. I'm at the
Yeah,
hospital.
well, you gotta do all of this. What's
You know
all
what
of
I'm
this?
saying?
What's all of this?
Nah, I'm sorry. I'm 22, trying to go a beard. Everyone call me baby. Everyone coming in. I'm trying to do something. I have a quick question. I hit you up on Instagram before. You really answered it in a way, but it was a quick little brief situation.
I can't hear you.
Instagram. Can you hear me? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Just speak louder.
My fault. I hit you up on Instagram before. I'm 22 years old. You hear me, right?
Yeah.
I'm 22 years old. I'm young. I know. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of growing to do. So basically, I was in a relationship, a toxic relationship, where a female that didn't have respect for me from the beginning because of her past relationship. Okay? And I grew up with a single mom, you know what I'm saying? And I saw my dad abuse my mom. So I was so used to trying to fix people. You understand? So I was young though. I still had a lot of growing to do with this relationship. Long story short, this chick had sex with another person while we were just beginning to date, and came back to me in the same day and had sex with me, but didn't tell me. I didn't know what she did. She told me 4 months into the relationship what she did, and I was very when I found out, me being young and immature, this was 2 years ago, I ended up going out and having sex with someone else out of anger. Fast forward a year later, she found out what I did, broke up with me, but we still tried to make the relationship work because, she realized she made a mistake and I made a mistake. And we're young, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people young people do stupid things, you know what I'm saying? But she continued to mess with other guys, have sex with other guys, all that stuff. It came to the point where I walked in on her with another dude in the bed. She broke up. Well, we stopped talking after that. Like, I cut all ties. You know what I'm saying? We had no contact for like almost 7 months now. But she, one of her best friends was friends with me and continued to be friends with me. She's telling people now all these bad things that I did, but never what she did in the relationship. So she's not taking accountability for her part she played. I'm not saying I was right for cheating. I'm not saying she was right for what she did. But at the end of the day, I'm taking accountability, and I feel like there's all this double standard how guys can have sex and guys can do all these things, but when females do something, they get away with a lot of things and men don't. And I feel like a lot of times females don't take accountability for what they do, and that's why men are stuck in trauma bonds and men are stuck with the pain of the breakup more sometimes than girls do, because they already on to the next dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then going back to what you said earlier about your upbringing with your parents, a lot of us, we go through really toxic upbringings with, witnessing our parents be in toxic relationships with one another. And unfortunately, that stuff can linger and carry over with us to where we subconsciously seek out damaged people, toxic people, because that's what we're used to. That's what we're familiar with. So that's something that, again, that we need to address, that needs to be touched on, that needs to be spoken about a lot more than it is. And I'm sorry that you had to, witness that and grow up.
Listen, I'm not mad about it. Like, to be honest, I'm young, still young. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed enough to have experienced that girl. She was she was toxic, but she was a great girl, and that taught me a lot. A lot of times people are hard. They don't allow themselves to look at the things that the relationship taught them. This taught me a lot. So the next person that comes into my life, I'm gonna have my guard up like you should, but I'm gonna know what things I want and things I don't want in a female. You know what I'm saying? But it still hurts. You know what I'm saying? It hurts. I was working for almost 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Rightfully so. But I do remember you asking me that question in my inbox. I'm not sure if it was Instagram or Facebook, but you were wrong for that, but you, again,
I was definitely wrong for
you took accountability. Just because somebody hurt you don't mean that you should hurt you back. You know what I mean? So you were wrong for that. But she was also wrong for doing that, holding that secret from you and then telling you, down the line, like that's something that needs to be addressed. I mean, and then that's just kind of nasty anyway to be, double dipping like that's just kind of nasty. But I mean, y'all both were young, and like you said, you were able to take away some really good lessons from her in that relationship. You're not totally placing all the blame on her. You're taking accountability, and I can respect it. But
you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Because it cut out. I'm sorry about that.
But yeah, I do agree with you that it is a lot of double standards when it comes to men and women in relationships. There's certain things that women can do and get away with that men can't do and get away with. And I feel like that's a part of my purpose as well, is as far as bridging those gaps and calling out the hypocrisy, calling out the fact that we need to take accountability, and hold both parties accountable. Like I said, you were wrong too. You shouldn't have did that shit either.
Yeah.
So it's all about that. But I do
for
feel you on the fact that women, we get to be the damsel in distress. We want to point out everything that men do wrong, but we don't tell them what we did wrong. Like the king asked earlier, we have these egos, like I told him, to the point where we don't want to acknowledge what we do wrong, and it's all about what you did. But you're not telling the fact that you did this in order to warrant that type of response to begin with. So then that goes back to accountability.
But that's true. That's true. That's completely true. And I don't think that what I did, I would never say what I did was is okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would never say that. But at the same time, I also, like you said, when you said warn like reactions, everything is circumstantial. I never thought I was going to be in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? I never know I would feel like that. And I was very immature at the time. Like I still have a lot of growing to do. Right. And I just have to use that for moving forward. And that's it. And like I said, I'm blessed enough to have gone through that. I hate that it felt like that and it hurt. But all I can say is just be blessed enough to learn from it.
Because you claim everything is a lesson. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
thank you for letting me be on here. It's a blessing what you're doing. You're preaching, do all the things you're doing. It's really great. I loved it, and it helped me a lot. I want to let you know that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nice. Peace.
All right, take care, hon.
All right, y'all. We got 2 more crown heads, and then we're going to get up off of here. I got to go in here and cook, y'all. My husband like, Shout out to you, man, Friday, for your donation. You always show love. Thank you. Let's bring on, I don't know how to say this. How you say your name, King?
Hey, how you doing, sister? This is Marauder on set. Very good approach, though.
What's good?
Hey, first of all, I want to come on and say that I really appreciate what you do, sister. Respect to you, because we need so many more of y'all out here. I guess I don't have like a type question like the others. I guess I have a question of, what do you have for me? Like, a guy like me, I come at a woman with respect. I don't need, help, you know what I mean, to get a woman attracted to me. But it's just, I guess if I come at, and then you can criticize what's right. When I come at you right, and it's still, now, first of all, I want to say that I take accountability, as I saw a lot of guys we talked about before, about the mistakes I've made with the wrong type of woman. Okay. But I feel like the last relationship I had, it was the right, thinking it's the right kind of woman, but that's why I'm coming at you, because I had a foundation, a spiritual foundation. I have respect. I have a plan in the future. I have a thought of the future. I have, the idea of family. I have work. I have means. I have my own. Trying to remember things that are important in life. And I bring all this to you. But then I don't get the right thing back. And I'm thinking it's like a lot of the guys we spoke before. I understand it's a lot going on in this life. It's a lot going on in this life, and that's understood, most definitely. But a lot of us are damaged. We talked about a lot of the ways we've been affected in our families and mental and emotional and what have you. And I feel like with all of us, we have to be consistently working.
Yeah.
And if I bring all this to this woman and it doesn't work, and it's the right type, it's like we have a teacher, good, attractive looking woman, I'm thinking to come from a good family, mother and father. I know her brother. I thought it was a connection with my mom knowing her mom.
Yeah.
Everything matching up, looking all right. Okay. It's all the school system type vibe. Everything is set up. And I did all I could and I still lost her. And I don't know. I didn't do anything wrong.
No.
What did I'm about being loyal and staying committed. You know what I'm saying? Everything, but I'm telling you, two things I asked. What happened in your two prior relationships? It was this one control, this one cheat. Within that relationship, she said I was controlling and I felt like cheating. It's the vibe of not listening, because everything I was saying is like I forgot what you said. You know what I'm saying? All this important stuff I'm talking about, and it's still, and so I had to say, okay, I'm gonna give up everything that I'm about, which is all the stuff we need to survive and all the stuff we need to thrive in this life. Give it all up, and that's live like that. And I did it for a little while and it didn't work. So this is me trying to get, I'm 35 years old. I'm trying to make something happen right there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happened.
Yeah. But that ain't got nothing to do with you though. You can't fault yourself for having somebody in your corner and everything being smooth sailing, and then all of a sudden they switch modes and it don't work out. You can't fault yourself for that. That's just part of life. We, like I said,
right,
to the other king, like we all have lessons, and within those lessons, there's still blessings. So it's just taking the best parts from that and seeing what you could do differently in the future. Sometimes it can be a instance where everything seems good. Everything is going good, and then all of a sudden it's not. But some things are just out of your control in that way, and you can't hold on to that faulting yourself like, well, I did this and I did that. Maybe I should have did this, maybe I should have did that. It had nothing to do with you. It don't sound right.
Oh no. I don't think that. I don't think I did anything wrong.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, wait a minute.
It's just life.
One thing you can say I did wrong is I let us have sex. That what you want to say? I say that because I tried to, trying to hold back, like, hey, it's things I'm trying to do, like learn about and this and that and the other, but she didn't want to do that, and it became obvious, apparently, that's all she wanted.
How long were y'all talking?
This was like 6, 7, 8 months.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's what I'm saying. And it was the give and take of me saying, I'm trying to show you something. I got some stuff for you to see. And she like, okay, I want to see it. And I think she was just trying to trick me.
But
to say,
I gotta say this before I let you go. Okay. I gotta say this. Marada on set, right? That's her name, Marada on set. I gotta say this.
Marada on set.
It was something, and it sounded like you peeped at something back then. And that's a lot, and that's another part of the conversation that we don't like to take heed to. We be having red flags, but we be trying to show people that, hey, you know, I can do this for you, I can do that for you, I can change you, I can mold you. And
no, I gave you a chance. It was a little bit of deception in that too. Now, this was deception, a little bit, because 3 months can get by.
It was some red flags.
The only red flag that I saw that I'm telling you is the whole what I told you about. I forgot, and I'm like, you keep on forgetting. You keep on forgetting. That was the number one thing at the beginning, is what I'm telling you. And I'm like, okay, we can't be forgetting.
Was she forgetting or you?
No, she forgetting all the stuff, because I'm talking about, what's the what do you think is the purpose of what a man should be doing here? What do you think, you should be doing here? Let's agree on what that is, and let's build on that.
But that's a big ass red flag though. She's not even, those are important things that she's not retaining. That again, that's some fault right there. That's some accountability. You know what I mean? But you overlooked it and thinking, okay, she will eventually come around to it. She'll eventually remember. No, if it's back,
that's out the back door.
Yeah. So
and I was able to catch that, but it was no harm done. We're not living together, no marriage, no craziness, and so it is what it is.
Right.
You live and you learn. Yeah. And so,
and learn for the future. In the future, hey, I got to peep some game. If that's a big red flag, then I need to take heed to that and address that. And if it continuously happens, this not it. Because obviously it's not that deep or important to you because you're not remembering it. You know what I mean? Things that are really substantial and valuable to you, she's not retaining that. This ain't just y'all talking about, oh, well, I did this on June 19th, 2005. Like, you telling her like meat and potato type shit that's supposed to maintain and sustain a relationship, and she's being forgetful about it. She don't have no direction, no purpose. She don't have no vision for y'all. Like, nah, she already was showing and proving to you that she wasn't it. So again, that's a part of the conversation as well.
I'm trying to move forward. You know what I'm saying? It was a good vibe for me, but I'm trying to find a sister like you. And what do you have for me, sister? Because I'm telling you, like, I'm ready to do right. I'm trying to do right for y'all out here now.
It ain't about what you need to do. It's just about you peeping game. Okay, peeping game on the signs. Continue, like I told the king earlier, just focus on your purpose, focus on what you need to do to elevate and grow and evolve. And the woman will come to you and you'll pick up on her energy, and from the jump, I can build with her. It won't be no second guess. It won't be no, she was forgetful. It won't be no, I don't really think she got a direction. I don't really know if she paying attention. You'll know. So it's all about just don't try, just be. Everybody needs to do that. Don't try, just be. When you try, you create resistance. When you just be, things will flow naturally and organically. And your wife will come to you. Your wifey material will come to you with you just being yourself. So that's the only advice I would say to you. And then once you do attract that woman, just peep game on the signs. That's it.
Yes, I will. And definitely for y'all brothers out there, I want to say this. We need to work on ourselves.
Yeah, we all do.
Before we come to y'all, we need to work on ourselves.
Absolutely. Peace to you, Marada on set. I see you later.
Peace to you, nigga. Have a great one. Have a great weekend, y'all. Have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you. My anniversary weekend is this weekend. On Sunday will be our 3-year wedding anniversary, but we've been together for 8 years. All right, I'm going to bring on King as our last guest, and I got to get in here and cook, y'all. I love y'all. I respect y'all, and I thank y'all so much. What's good, King? Oh, you unfroze up on us. We can't hear you. Let me remove you for a minute. Shout out to you, Dominique, for your donation. Thank you so much, beautiful queen, for your super sticker. And then shout out to you, that boy Rob for your donation. He says relationships should be common sense. You start having issues when you lose your common sense. You ain't lying. Shit. All right, I'm gonna try to bring you back on, King, and then I gotta go. It's black. You glitching. You delayed. We can't hear you, can't see you. I love your shirt though, but I can't see you. Sorry, King. You unglitched. Dang. Sorry, King. All right, y'all, I gotta go. Who is this? Zion? Okay, let's see if we can bring on Zion, and then I gotta go. Hey, Zion.
Hi, Danica.
Zion,
You
we
hear
still
me?
can't hear you.
Damn. Still can't? All right. You hear me? You
A
hear
little
me?
bit.
Oh, you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Danica. I know
Hey.
I'm so sorry. I know you have to go, and I want to keep it very quick and everything. But I also wanted to say is there's this there's this lady that I love. I really do, and it's possible to manifest a relationship with her. Like it's possible.
Is it possible to manifest a relationship with her?
Hmm.
Does she
Yeah.
know you?
Yeah, we I know her personally. It's not like
Uh,
everybody knows.
does she have the same feelings for you?
Yeah,
You sound
yeah.
unsure about that. When it comes to manifestation, as far as somebody that you know and you want them to be in love with you and be with you, those kind of things can be ultimately out of your control because that's somebody else that you're trying to make be what you want them to be. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
all you could do in that in that situation or in that instance is let them know how you feel and
Hmm.
see where that goes. But as far as sitting back, crossing your fingers and trying to meditate and manifest on making them love you, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's somebody else's life and somebody else's energy that you're trying to make, be with you. It's like that would be like me telling you that yes, you can manifest Beyonce to be in a relationship with you. No, you can't. That
Right.
requires somebody else. First of all, having their own free will to partake in that. You know what I mean? So that's a
Right.
little tricky. But what you could do, what you do have control over in that situation, is you making yourself available and letting it be known how you feel. Especially if you do have access to that person. You know what I mean? That's why
Cool.
I asked, do you know her? Does she know you? You know, if you guys are interacting on that level, I would go ahead and let it be known how I feel and see where that goes. If it goes nowhere, it is what it is. But all you have control over is how you choose to react, what you choose to do. Other than that, you can't make somebody want you or make somebody love you back.
Well,
You can't
no,
manifest that. That's somebody else's life and energy. You know what I mean?
of course, of course. You know, so and it's good to let her know that you're interested in her.
Yeah. So yeah, I got really deep feelings for you. I would like to see where we could go with this. I would like to pursue a relationship. Outside of I don't know if you guys are maybe platonic. I don't want to just tell her like I want to explore this relationship a little further and a little deeper outside of just being friends. Like I really have romantic feelings for you, and I would like to know how you feel about that. And she may reject you, and you need to be okay with that. But at least you did your part to let it be known that, hey, I do want this. And then you could potentially manifest her in your life in that way by doing the work. But sitting back, crossing your fingers and meditating and praying and wishing and hoping, you ain't going to get nowhere.
Oh, okay, got it, got it. Thank
All
you
right.
so much. You know,
All right, y'all. We on here for an hour and 50 minutes. Woo! 230 of us still in the building. Thank you guys so much. A lot of y'all stayed the whole time. I thank you guys so much for that. Thank you, Darren Brown, for your donation. He says, former D1 athlete and player. She fell in love with me and I passed her up. I regretted it, and after 7 years, she came back after a divorce. How should I manage this? That's up to you, Darren. You know, if you really do have feelings for her, genuine feelings for her, and you want to see where that goes, I would say go ahead and go for it. But just sitting back, trying to not look like a simp, because I know how a lot of men view that. You know, are you a simp? You went back to her, she left you. If you really want to see where that goes, go ahead and go. You know, because you could be potentially missing out on something good. But yeah, I would go ahead and see where it goes if that's truly where your heart is. What you feel in your gut is gonna tell you. Now, if it's in your gut and it's like, man, she plays you the first time, don't do that shit. She gonna do that shit again. No. But if you feel it in your gut, like, man, you know, that happened in the past, but I really feel like she's evolved and she's changed and she's grown a lot. Let me go ahead and explore this. I would go ahead and do that. All right. Did I see anybody else? Donation? I don't see anybody else. King, you back. Hurry up, King. Can we hear you this time?
Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead. I gotta cook my sweet potato.
Thank God. Okay, I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. I was in a place with a low signal, and now I'm in the car with Wi-Fi, so it works. I sent a private message because I thought that the line was so long that I wasn't even going to be able to get you. So I was going to say, I was going to sit it out. But what I meant in the message is that, it's more kings out there that need you more than me. I didn't come with a prepared thing to ask you. I guess I more so wanted to comment of how grateful I am for what you have done, what you continue to do. You're a therapist. I don't know if anybody ever told you this, but you are a therapist. I don't care if you have a degree or not. You are a certified therapist, okay? And you are very much needed. As I told you, when I donated to you, you are very much needed for us. I could give my life story, for days and talk about my past, but it's not about that. I'm just thankful that you're here. I really don't know what to say outside of that because I'm not, I guess, at this time looking for advice, if you will, or for in certain aspects. I'm thankful for you, and because of you, I guess what I really want to say, because of you, it's helped brighten my path. You feel me? It's helped enlighten my pathway like a torch, and where I'm going, where I'm proceeding on to. I'm in a whole new elevation in my life. I'm in a whole nother realm in my life, and it's different from where I was in my past, where a lot of brothers that I've heard and have not heard, but topics that you have spoken on in videos that I may not have ever seen, but I've probably fallen into certain categories, if you understand what I'm saying. And I wanna I guess stress to other kings out there that that have gone through dark times and different scenarios, whether you're single, whether you're married, whether you're in a relationship, whatever it is, you're eventually gonna come out of it. It's a thing. Like old folks will tell you, it's a time and a season for everything. Everything is timing. No matter what it is in life. You hear me? Everything is timing. You know what I mean? It's a time and it's a reason why I came across you on YouTube. And everybody may not be able to receive certain things at a certain time. But trust me when I tell you, I'm living proof. You're going to come up out of whatever it is. If you stuck in something, you're going to come up out of it. Know that. And believe that and think that. And it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's all I wanted to pass along. Thank you, Danica Marie, for everything that you've done. Continue to do it. You need to get a show. I wasn't bull jiving you. HBO should be calling you and beating down your door because that's where you need to be. You're bigger than this. You're bigger than this. You need to be somewhere on TV where everybody can see you because you are needed. You are needed. You are of high value. Thank you.
And what's your name again? King? I don't know how to say your name.
King Fibonacci, like the Italian.
I was saying it right. Okay. Thank you so much, King Fibonacci. I really appreciate that. That means so much to me. That lets me know that I'm on the right path myself. You know what I mean? So thank you. I really, really appreciate that. That means
Most
more
welcome.
than the dollar amount, like you said. You know, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Most welcome. You take care.
Peace, King. Wow. Thank you guys so much. Y'all are so effing dope. Words cannot explain how appreciative I am of you guys. But, you know, I get a lot of people say that you need to be bigger than this. You need to be bigger than YouTube, bigger than it. It ain't about that. You know, it's about me helping you guys out. What will come will come. That shit don't really mean that much to me. I'm big myself because y'all big me up. Y'all are, you know, y'all are my HBO. Fuck them. You know what I mean? The people. If you have the people, that's all you need. You know, when you start getting bigger, so to speak, then you got more people that's trying to control you. And, you know, I want to be true to my people. And if HBO calls, okay, then, you know, we're going to have to work some things out to where I can still be myself. But, you know, with people telling me, oh, you need to be bigger and this, and that, I appreciate it. I understand where you're coming from. I know where your heart is. But, man, what y'all telling me, y'all testimonies, y'all telling me that y'all appreciate me, y'all pouring into me monetarily, with y'all words, with y'all views, with y'all likes, comments. That shit is priceless. That is big to me. And I appreciate it. I love y'all. I respect y'all. I know y'all feel my energy. Y'all know I ain't just doing this shit for the hell of it. I thank you. I love you. Thank you for being in attendance for 2 hours. Y'all here the whole time. I thank you for that. So I love y'all. I respect y'all. Much love and peace. I'll see you guys on Monday, 6:30 p.m. Central. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I love y'all. Peace to all of my crown heads. My sweet potatoes burning, so I gotta go. They ain't burning, but I do hear the water over boiling and shit, so I gotta go. Peace, y'all. I love y'all. I really do. Know that. Know that. Peace.